Levi Whitney here with Uphill Cinema. Today we're going to talk about starting with some questions before you press record on your next project. So the reason I wanted to make this video is I recently was in a discussion with a cinematographer, a younger cinematographer, and he talked about how the thing that he loves the most about cinematography is moving the camera. He just likes to move the camera, move the camera, move the camera, move the camera. And I kind of feel like today these younger cinematographers, and you may be one of them watching right now, and I hope you are actually. These younger cinematographers, these I would say maybe 16 and maybe in their mid-20s. Some of the things that I've noticed is, they have come up in an industry where moving the camera with gimbals and sliders and Steadicams, a glide cam has always been available. And so they constantly want to move the camera. And so the question that I want to start off with before you do that and before you press record on your next project is start with the question, why and what? Why am I moving the camera, and what emotion do I want the audience to feel after this scene? And so, for example, I was filming a documentary out in Kenya, and we were going down some, and before I even say that, we had storyboarded already kind of the shots that we wanted to get, and we had already discussed this question. And so one of the things that we wanted to show was the travel of coming into these villages. So you ask the question, why would I move the camera, and what emotion do I want them to feel? So an example is the shot that I'm going to show you. We wanted to have the feeling of I'm walking into their village, I'm traveling into the village. So the shot would be a push. I'm pushing into the village. I'm walking in. Why? Because that's what I would do. I would be walking into the village. And so it was shot on a Movi M5 A7S into a recorder. And I was actually on a motorcycle. And so I was holding the Movi, and we were coming in to this village. And this is the shot. Now, the exact opposite is if I'm doing an over-the-head, shoulder-to-shoulder interview, what you see all the time in narratives. Why? And I really want to show the emotion. If you were in that situation talking to someone, what would you be doing? Would you be talking to them going like this? Like on a slider? Or would you be close and listening and pretty there? And so you don't need to move the camera. If you really want to be in the scene, into their mind, you're going to get close up and you're not going to move the camera. An example, something like this. The theory is before you press record, before you move the camera, and before you have all this gear and you want to use it, ask yourself, why do I need to use this? And what emotion do I want the audience to feel when they leave the scene or leave this entire film? And that'll kind of guide and help you guide you what to do. Am I just locked off on sticks? Am I craning up, craning down? Am I leaving a scene, so I'd be pulling out on a dolly? Am I revealing something, aerial shot, or am I intently listening, intently on them? And I don't need to move the camera at all. I'm just going to be focused on what I want the audience to see. So, good question to start off with before you press record on your next project. Why am I doing this shot? And what emotion do I want them to feel? And a little bonus thought that I ask myself a lot, and Vincent LaFerre is the one that taught me this. He said, what would you naturally do? If you were walking into someone's house, you'd be walking in. You're walking into the house, so it'd be a push. If you're leaving the house, you'd do a pull out. And so if you're in a conversation, it's probably pretty locked off. So kind of a good question to ask. So I hope this helps. It's a good little theory that I've gone by for several years now, and it's really helped guide my shots and my intention for the shot, and not just let the gear in the industry tell me that I need to move the camera 24/7 because I have all these things at my fingertips. So hopefully that helps. I appreciate your guys' support, and stay tuned for next week for more gear reviews, tips and tricks, and film theory. Thanks guys, bye.